I even being told that I'm not good enough. I'm not value. I'm nothing. And teachers used to call me stupid. It doesn't matter where you go, you you will end up just getting married. Say people like you, which is referring discrimination as like a black girl. The skin is black, so you're not getting anywhere. You will end up just getting married and serving your husband. You're not gonna get anywhere in life.
Three. Hello everyone, this is Shadab Mughal. I am your host for today and I'm a mindset and empowerment coach. And today in this incredible episode of Fearless Women Coaches Unveiled series, where we get to meet from coaches from all around the world, we have an incredible guest with us, and she is a certified life and success coach specializing in confidence and self-belief, and her name is Howaida Abdalla. And without further ado, let's welcome Howaida. Hello, Howaida. How
Hello.
are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Hello, Shadab. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be in Fearless Women. Our podcast is such a powerful, powerful platform, for women to share, their stories or their needs. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, Howaida. And in fact, thank you for giving us this opportunity to host you. So, like our audience, this is for the first time that I'm meeting you, and I'm really excited about this interview. So, let's get started. So, Howaida, would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Howaida Abdalla. I live in the United Kingdom. I am a certified coach, life coach. My niche is self-confidence and self-belief. I am a motivator, entrepreneur, investor, and a podcaster. My podcast is Women Empowerment Edition Impact for Change.
Oh, wow, that's wonderful. So that means you're wearing a lot of hats right now, and that's incredible. Thank you for sharing. So, Huweda, when we talk about who Huweda is, what could be that three words that you best describe Huweda?
Oh, resilient, um, confident, and a person that will never give up.
Wow. A person who never gives up. It literally reminds me of what we were talking about earlier today, about your story, that how things unfolded for you and how you never gave up on the face of the obstacles. Would you like to share your story with our audiences?
Absolutely, with a pleasure. So, originally, I was born in a country called Sudan. Most of you might not know it. It's next to Egypt. It's basically sisters to Egypt. So, I came from a culture that it was like a very tough for women at the time when me growing up. As a girl, I found a lot of challenges to just be a girl, be myself, and even have a dream. My culture back then, I'm not saying, giving a very bad, my culture is really good. But back then, the girl, they having so challenges, even dreams. We learned from our childhood that no matter where you go further from your studies, whether you have a PhD, whether you become a professor, whether it doesn't matter, you will end up getting married, having children, and serve your husband. That's what they think the sole purpose of a woman is and a girl. So we learn from a very young age the house chores, how to clean, how to cook, how to iron, and everything else around it. Just so when we grow up and get married, we'll know how to run a household as a female. At the time, we didn't know. I personally didn't know. Um, I'm always bad at cooking at the time. Like, I just recently learned how to, cook properly. But At the time, I didn't have the space to be me. I don't know how to be me. I went through so much challenges that led me to even become depressed. Women that in my life have put me down, teachers. I had a lot of bullies in the schools. I, I even being told that I'm not good enough. I'm not value. I'm nothing. And teachers used to call me stupid. It doesn't matter where you go, you you will end up just getting married. Say people like you, which is referring discrimination as like a black girl, the skin is black, so you're not getting anywhere. You will end up just getting married and serving your husband. You're not gonna get anywhere in life. I used to get so much challenges with my studies itself. Um, that I push even when I try so hard. When I get good grades, I remember teachers used to block that. They used to basically, you know, my marks used to be very high as well, but they see that as a threaten to people that they want them to succeed in class. So they always downgrade me. They always mark my papers wrong. They don't. I had to battle. I just battling my life since I was born, just battling, just to be seen, just to be heard. And I didn't have that space. I
Wow.
absolutely didn't have the space.
Wow, that was inspiring. And I'm sorry that you had to go through so many challenges in your childhood, However. And that's incredible that today I'm talking to a woman who is just not only wearing certain heads. Maybe it could be a mentor, it could be entrepreneur or a podcaster or a certified coach, but she is the woman who has faced so many challenges since childhood. So our audience will definitely would like to know your journey from a place where you were made to believe that the only option for a woman is to be a housewife, and now look at you, you're wearing so many hats. So how did it happen for you?
I used to, when I was a child, I used to, what I do, I use imaginations quite a lot. I escape from my reality world because that's the only place that I see bring me happiness and I can dream freely without hearing that negativity in the background. Oh, you can't do it. Don't even think about it. Because I remember once I shared in class, they asked, the students, what your dream is. What would you dream? Some of them say want to be a doctor. Some say want an engineer. I'm the only one in class that said I want to become a businesswoman. They were shocked. I remember the teacher face expression and eye contact. She looked at me and she said, "Huh, you want to become a businesswoman? Who do you think you are?" I said, "Me, Howaida." Like, I say, I don't think you will go any further than you being a desk, someone who work in a desk job or someone serving in a cafe or in a restaurant. And I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked when she heard this. And then I took it as a challenging for myself. And I worked so hard to get good grades because I knew my only escape, my only rescue is me being educated. Having that degree, that's what shut people up and it will help me achieve what I want to achieve in life. So I just moved on. I pushed myself and I pushed myself and I pushed myself. I used to get beaten, without any reason. I remember she slapped me in my face one day without any reason. She just entered the room And she starts shouting. And when I looked at her, I said, "Oh, you looking at me right now?" And then she slapped me in my face. So I still remember those moments. But those moments make me who I am. It kept me pushing. It kept me going further and not giving up. Because I knew in my head back then, I knew I worth something. At the time, I didn't even know what self-worth is, self-value. So I push, I push, I push, I push. And I work. I sometimes I stay whole night just studying, so I can get good grades, so I can move. And in my country, if you didn't go great, you didn't get good grades, you're not gonna be progressed to the next, next say stage of the education or next class. So it was so tough for me. The challenges, the peoples, it came time that I had the mental breakdown and I got into depression. I got depression, got to deep depression. I started hurting myself. All I think about is death. I want to die. I say, if I continue in this environment, I'd rather die than continue in this kind of environment.
Wow. That was powerful, Howaida. Thank you for sharing. What I really just got from you is that your niche is about self confidence and self belief, and now I can see where you are getting that, because your story is the testimony of to the importance of self belief, the importance of education, and the importance of visualization. Because when you talked about visualization, then since the childhood, visualizing or living in a fairy tale world, or imaginary world, would have been a real escape for you, because that's how you were dealing with or coping up with the negativities of the culture, whatever that was going outside of you. But what it really did, it really clicked with me. Why? Because as a mindset coach, I know that how powerful the visualization is, especially when we teach our children to visualize. What you were really doing, you were training your mind to dream big, and that's what I'm really seeing over here. And that's very powerful. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. And you talked about depression. You talked about
Mhm.
depression and how you had a suicidal thought. So what really got you out of that?
Basically, having a why, because I saw how my big sister being treated from my younger brother because he is younger than her. In a society, you should be respecting her, but he told since young he is the man of the house. When my dad is absent, he is the man of house. So he have the responsibility to look after us as a girls and as a young, children, siblings. And that's how he treats, even the environment, like the men, the thing that he see in his head, or hear in his, ear. The men keep telling, yeah, don't allow your sister to go there. Don't give them permission. Don't do this. Don't do this. And as a male, and he grew up with a society that is all male dominated, he start thinking that. He start thinking that. And it came to a point that we can go anywhere. Just go to school, come back. If you want something, we just go shopping and come back. We can't go somewhere else alone. If we go to a hospital, he will accompany us. If you go to, we don't even used to go to a cinema or go to a park. So it kind of like it limited. And I say like, I was concentrating on myself. And I say, that was a selfish of me to concentrate on myself. Why don't I concentrate on something else? It might take, something from, away, the thought. So I start thinking about my sister, and that she become my why, my reason, and me and her, my older sister, we used to be so close together, and we used to like talk all the time, go out, if we go shopping, she asks me to go with her. If we go to, somewhere, ask me to go with her. So it kind of form a connection between me and her. And I see her as like a mother figure. Well, she is the one raised us as the youngest, and she took that responsibility upon herself. She didn't live her life. She didn't live her, childhood life. She didn't live her adulthood life, teenage life. She didn't live all that because she was so busy looking after us. So I said, I will give her that life. And I start, when I get like games and toys and all that, just play with her, talk to her. I have a younger sister as well. But my big sister, I see her something different. She's completely in a different world. I always used to tell her, rely on me, talk to me. Don't I'm your friend. So that one made me, when having a why, that one made me take my mind, thinking dying and all that. It's all gone. It's all gone by the time. It's all gone. It's just because I have that why. And I wanted, and I start like looking after my sister. I said, I will become your protector. I won't let anyone harm you. I won't let anyone, even say a word. And my personality, without me knowing, I start become so strong and it becomes so fearless. I didn't even know. Like if somebody talked to me, I don't care if they're old or not. If they don't talk to me with respect, I put them in their place. I become so fearless, and because I had to, in order to protect my sister, I had to leave that fear. I had to leave all that and just become strong, become that fearless woman. So that's what makes my mind out of that being committed in society. And my depression, I just come out of it, and it was a deep depression as well. So I'm glad that my sister was the reason I came out of it.
I just love that because I have never heard something that your why was so strong that really took you out of the deep depression where you were having suicidal thought. So thank you for sharing it with our audience. You also talked about that fearless was the word that you used for yourself, and I can see that how you are how fearless woman you are. Would you mind sharing what's your definition of fearless?
Oh, fearless. Oh, to me, fearless is to stand still, stand strong, be who you are, like be who I am, not afraid of what people think, what afraid of people, say, because in my society, that's what all people think, even the parents, like, oh, even until now, my mom said, oh, what people think. Well, I said, Mom, I don't really care what other people think, because I know I am fearless. I don't think of these kind of things. I have confidence. Fearless to me is just be who I am, not afraid of what other people think, feel, or even say. If if whatever people say does not resonate with me or does not go with according to my, say my standard, my policies, my values, I reject them. I reject them. So being fearless is very, very important for women because that's what make you see yourself like high valuable. And I saw that when I become fearless, when people is starting valuing me, and I said, so that is a trick. So I needed to become fearless to know my own value so people can see my value. Project that into them so they can see it. Now, nobody can stand in front of me, not because of me, like scare them, it's because they know I value myself enough that if whatever they say does not resonate, I can walk away. And I put really a wall, like you do not enter my circle if you're not worthy to be in my circle. That is what fearless women, like, fearless to me. That's what it is.
Who are the two words that are really coming up in my head is authenticity, that you really embraced your authenticity, the version of you
Mhm.
that you were truly were, and the other one's setting boundaries. When you did that for yourself, what were you doing? You really you radiated into the universe. And you said that when I was being fearless, that's what coming back to me, that nobody really stood up in front of me and really respected those boundaries that you have set up for yourself. So, talking about setting boundaries, how important it is for women to set boundaries for themselves.
Oh, huge importance. Whether like boundary with the woman, or people around you, or men, or anything, because setting boundaries will let people know that there is a certain thing or certain point they're not allowed to cross. There is a certain line they cannot cross it. If they cross it, there is a consequences. Not me, of course, being, like scary or something, but there is a consequences. If you cross that line with me, I no longer can speak with you. I no longer can associate with you, because you cross that line. And I put that boundaries for a reason, for you not to cross it. And that boundaries helps women to protect themselves, to be like authentic, as I say, to have that space that they can go pure, without negativity, without any distractions, just without any kind of that, you know, the thing that they have is too much the messiness. Boundaries is very important.
Yeah.
So I urge women to put boundaries, if fearless, yes, be boundaries, because boundaries is what helped me learn a lot, not only about myself, but about other people that in my life. And boundaries and situation also makes you know the people that are in your life. So once you have the boundaries, you will start seeing how people react, how people behave. And I saw that in my life. And a lot of faces, a lot of mass has been fallen, and a lot of people's been exit my circle. So now my inner circle is so small. I protect myself, and I know now having a boundaries is allow me to see clear of who's worthy to be in my inner circle and who's not.
And that is the biggest advantages of setting a boundary, because now you are aware that what what are the intentions of people out there, and now you very well know that who to allow in your inner circle and who doesn't deserves to be in your circle. So yeah, couldn't agree more, Veda. Now what really came into my head, that what really brought into you into the field of coaching then?
Oh, that's a really good question, Shadab. What brought me into coaching? Coaching wasn't in my head. It wasn't in my head at all. I didn't even know what coaching is. So I remember, because of what I've gone through in my life growing up, I said to myself, I remember in 2008, 2009, I said, if God gave me the opportunity to help people, I always used to pray to God. I say, God, use me to help people, use me to serve people, use me to have an impact on people and change people's life and inspire people. So I guess God listened to my prayer. Yeah. So in 2008 or 2009, I said to myself, if God gave me the opportunity to get out of this environment and go in an environment where I can not only find myself, achieve, go after my dream and achieve my dream, I will learn stuff. I always go into learning. I'm a huge thing when it comes to learning. I love learning, a lot. So I said, I will do my best to help women. I will do my best to not let women go through what I've gone through. I will be that backbone to women to inspire them, empower them. And I didn't know how to do it. We started, I remember I was in a company, network company, and I met so many people. I think that was the best decision that I've had. Like I just out of nowhere, it's like in 2021, I entered the company. Before that, I had a very tragic, very hard time, challenging year when it comes to 2020. It's very challenging for me, and it was very, very, very tough. And even which it brought more purpose to what I really want to do to empower women. So I got into the, network marketing company. I met people and I saw personal development. I saw like negativity. I was like, personal development. Ah, this is a new word for me. Never knew what it is, by the way. I love learning. I love reading books. I never knew what the personal development is. So they say when you educate yourself, the mindset, work on your mindset. I spend huge time learning about mindset, changing my mindset, developing, the new beliefs, learn and unlearn new things. And I said, now I have opportunity. So I started by motivating people, just putting video there. And I remember my mentor used to say, your voice is really impactful. They say, why don't you, you know, use it to help people? I said, how? So you're good at motivating people. You're natural when it comes to motivating people. Why don't you use that? And I started making videos motivating people. And from there it grew up and then I exit the company and then I met a mentor in America who was doing, about like finding a purpose. What's your purpose is? It was a 1 month course and I took it. So when I took it, I said like, and it make me think and deep dive of what I really want in life. And then after that, it just this coaching thing comes. I've seen I used to follow Jay Shetty like for years and Oprah Winfrey. Um, I love Oprah Winfrey. Like she is the reason that I become into women and empowering women. That's a different story right now. But that's when I said I'm gonna take this opportunity and see where it will take me. So I just joined J Shetty certification in school. And I said, I really like this. I'm really loving this, the courses and all that. And I really joined. I said, that is big. That is what I want to do. And then I just complete the course and I get graduated and then I opened my own company, which is the Growth Hub coaching. So after that, I said, I want to do more. I know this is really great, coaching people, coaching clients. I want to give more. What else I can? And I said, I'm a huge following with Jay Shetty. So it inspired me to do podcasts. I was like, how can I start doing a podcast to inspire more women and become that resilient, allow women to come and share their stories to inspire other women there who may are going through similar experience in their life inspiration. So that's how I started. That's the journey started.
No, that was beautiful. And it reminds me that earlier in the session, you shared that you have been coming from a male dominating society. Not only that, that males were dominating over there, women were also letting you down. They were bullying you, or they were disempowering you in one way or another. And now what I'm seeing over here, the woman who has suffered all these challenges since the childhood, now she's sitting over here and talking about empowering women. That
Mm.
is powerful. So would you like to walk us through how you are really doing that, how you are really empowering women?
I first of through my coaching, basically, yeah. So through my coaching is also is empowering women. So helping women become more confident, helping women become more resilient, helping women to be who they are, authentic. Helping women to become fearless. Get out of that blame, self blame, and let them see who they are and just be who they are and be authentic. That's with my coaching. With my podcast, what I do is I love stories and I love listening to stories, and that's how I learn through stories, and I resonate through stories, and I hear a lot of people, women particularly around me, they say they love stories. They love listening and learn through other people's stories because that's how they learn and grow. So I said, why don't I make the sole purpose of my podcast is about women. So the purpose of the podcast, just gonna say the purpose of the podcast is to provide the space for women to share their stories in an inspiring way to help women out there, impact women and inspire other women. So women have so much to give and so much to share, and yet they don't have the space. They don't tend to have that kind of the space so they can come and share in an environment where out of judgment is non-judgmental place, safe space, feel that they can be heard and they just can talk to share whatever they want to share and come out of it. I i had people in my podcast that when they come, it felt at the beginning they was talking, they was crying, because they have so much bound into their heart, they just want to take it out. That is a part of me empowering women as well, giving them to share their whatever in their heart and just to put it out, not only inspiring women but inspiring themselves as well and learning things about themselves. So after a lot of women after the podcast say, "I'm relieved." I said, "Wow, that was heavy. That was heavy. I'm sure you do right now."
Wow, that is wonderful that you are providing this opportunity for women out there to come and share their stories with the world. And what they are really doing on your platform is they are letting go of the baggages that they have been holding since long. So thank you so much for doing this great job, Howaida. That's really inspiring, and it really resonates with our own mission of the fearless woman. You know that being in a fearless woman, the fearless woman is all about empowering women globally to become the best version of themselves, and that's what you are really doing. And I'm a huge believer that we attract like-minded people, and what I have attracted you in this journey, I would say, and it's truly a pleasure hosting you in this moment. So talking about empowering women, and you know that how it is to be led down by the women. So
Mm.
would you like to tell our audiences why why it is important to empower each other?
Oh, empowering each other, uplifting each other is what helped us as a women to grow and have that space of innovation and become who they are and just grow, having that space of growth. because now we are in an age or in an era that women are a CEO. Women they become like a bus drivers. Back in a couple of days, that was like, oh, women bus drivers? Really? Now women they do all the job that men really doing. You say, oh, you can't do this. Oh, women now they can do everything. So it's a very important as we move forward, we empower each other instead of putting down each other. Because only when you empower other people, you get empowered yourself as well. So that's how I see it.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Saini. Thank you for sharing. Whether can you walk our audience through one single step, or it could be just a small action that they can take right in this moment to empower someone out there?
Oh, to empower other women or women, you need to empower yourself first. And to empower yourselves, you need to know yourselves. You need to know who you are, the core essence of yourself, what you believe, where you come from. You got to understand your story and own your story, own who you are. Empower yourself so much to the point where you drone people like automatic, people get empowered. When they see you walking down the street, how you lift yourself, how you come across when you talk, when you are in the room, empower yourself first, because that is very important. Only through you empowering yourself that's how you empower others, and then that's how you help empowering others. So yeah, empower yourself first. So that's very important.
Yeah, true. Couldn't agree more. Um, Talking about empowering, and now we know that it's your mission to empower women out there. I would like to know whether what is the feeling that you get when you empower someone out there. You can give me just three words that best describes your feeling when you empower someone out there.
Oh, Shadab, you asking a pretty good question, make me think about it. But some feelings cannot be explained through the words when you empower someone, when you see someone, the eyelid, they say, oh my God. Or you encourage them, you're helping them intentionally, or through your word, through your actions, through the video that you create, through the post, and when you put out there positive post, it's very powerful. But for me, uh, to think of three words, um, fulfilling, what else? Fulfilling. It's a very pretty good feeling. And what else? What else when I empowerment? So many feelings. Like I feel happy. I feel happy. I feel like when I empower someone, I feel at peace, and I feel I fulfilled even when it's small of my mission, and I see, yes, I am walking in the right path. I am walking down that path, and I'm doing what I am supposed to do in this earth, in this life. So yeah, I feel pretty happy, pretty good, excited
Wow.
sometimes.
That was beautiful. And for me, it's contentment. When I empower anyone out there, because I'm also an empowerment coach. And when you see someone out there that you have just uplifted or empowered in one way or another, it is another level feelings. You're right.
Mm,
Sometimes you cannot even describe, you do not even really have words because words cannot justify that feeling. And at the end of the day, it's not about you. It's about others. It's about giving back to the society
yeah,
because the grace that is hidden in the obstacles of our life is will someday bring you to the point where you'll have the opportunity to choose that grace and help someone out there. So yes, thank you so much, Howaida. It was incredible hosting you, Howaida. So as we wrap up, there are few questions, that fun questions, that I would like to ask you. I'm pretty excited about that. So Howaida, who are the fearless women in your life that really inspires you to be this version of yourself?
Then a song of my life. Damn. I don't see. Um, my sister, I can say, Oprah free. um, and myself. I don't see anybody else. I don't see anyone to be fearless, to be honest. Like I say to you, at the time, it was hard for me. Women put me down, so I had to become fearless myself to be able to navigate through life. So yes.
I just love the last one because that's what self beliefs looks like. And I just love that the woman who has been bullied or let down by the women out there is now on a mission of empowering women. And that is incredible. Super proud of you, Huweda. So, my next question would be, if your life would have been a movie, what would have been the title for that?
Do you have another 2 hours or 3 hours? um.
Maybe the next episode, or maybe we can
Oh,
always welcome you another time for that, but you can give me
absolutely,
just one word.
absolutely. It will become Fearless Woman.
Wow.
It summarized everything. Fearless Woman.
Yeah, and that is the title of our organization, and that's what we are doing. So it really resonates. And what a perfect person to attract on our platform. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's actually because when you asked me the question, it's just I thought about all the moments and the downhill and uphill and all that. It's like it's all about being fearless. It's all summarized about fearless, fearless woman. So that's the title of the movie, everyone.
And honestly, Obeda, this is for the first time that I'm meeting you, but the energy that you execute or radiate into the outside world is truly fearless, is truly empowered, and I can see that whatever you are saying right now, sharing it with the world, I can feel that this is what you are really living, and that's incredible. So, what advice would you like to give to our audience?
Oh, I say to become fearless. We talked about the empowering earlier. To be fearless is to like empower others and to give. You said, earlier about giving to others, and that's how we live. But most often, women outside there, they give from an empty cup. So my advice is yes, become a fearless woman. Yes, give to others. But before you give to others, you need to give to yourself. I love the quote that is being said by Oprah Winfrey say, fill your cup until your cup runneth over. So, because what you have in the cup is yours. What is runneth over, the left is for others. So, always have that. Always, yes, empower others. I'm not saying go empower because that's how the world, will be shaped and we will be living in a good world. But don't forget yourself because you are important as well in the journey. As a woman, we give without receiving. So you have yourself, empower yourself, love yourself, encourage yourself. Whatever you give to others, give to yourself first before you give to others. And that will become your strength to go and give to others. It'll become your core essence to empower other women and become fearless women.
What a perfect way to wrap up the session. Thank you so much, Veda, for being an incredible guest on our platform. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. It was absolutely an honor meeting you, Shadab, and thank you for, giving me the opportunity to share my stories, to share my thoughts. In Fearless Women, the platform that I love the most. I've been, following Fearless Women for quite some time, and I really, really get inspired by what the organization itself really do and how they empower other women. So thank you so much for giving me that chance.
You are welcome, Howaida. And thank you so much for our lovely audience for being with us today. And be fearless until we meet next time. Thank you so much. Take care.